Hi students, welcome to our science class. Our chapter name is Safety and First Aid. In the last few class, we are discussing about this chapter. What we discussed? We discussed about the first topic, safety for fire. We discussed about how to get safe from fire and how we can extinguish fire, like all the things we discussed in our first class. Then we discussed about what is first aid. So what is this first aid? First aid is the immediate care we want to give a patient before getting into hospital, or special care is what? First aid. That is the thing we discussed there. And within this first aid, for different cases we want to give different type of first aid. First of all, we discussed about the first aid for bird. First aid for bird. After that, we discussed about the fracture. Within that, we have simple fracture and compound fracture. Simple fracture and compound fracture is the. And after that we discussed about the sprain. The twist that occurs within the bones or joints. That is what sprain. So all these things we discussed in our last class, and there is one thing left in this topic of first aid. That is the bites or the animal bites. Today we are going to discuss that, and this is very small topic. So the topic is this bite, animal bite. There are different types of animals are there, and some of them will bite. And what is the problem when this animal bites? The problem is this with the saliva of the animals. The problem is this with the saliva. Saliva. What is the involved in this saliva? Within the saliva of animals, the include or the contain virus. Some of the viruses are not harmful, but some are very harmful, and the animals like cat, dogs, monkeys, etc. The animals like cat, dog, monkey like animals having saliva includes some harmful virus, includes some harmful or dangerous virus that leads to the disease called rabies. The question is, what is rabies? We can say it as the saliva of animals like cat, dog, monkey, etc. contain virus of dangerous diseases called rabies. That means in their saliva it contains certain type of virus, and that is dangerous, and that will lead to disease like rabies. So this rabies is a type of disease that goes from the animal's saliva. So that means when these animals bite, we want to take immediate treatment. Before that, we want to give certain type of first aid. Now we are going to discuss that and how this virus is getting spread in our body. It is very simple. When the animal bites on our body, what happens? Then the saliva is getting injected in our body, and then it is getting mixed with our blood. Then when the blood is circulating, we already said that this blood is continuously circulating through our whole body and our heart is pumping this blood 24 into 7. So we can say it as this heart is pumping the blood, and when the occurs the virus in the saliva and that is getting mixed in our blood, that means that will fastly spread in our body through the blood. That's why we are saying that this is very dangerous, and for that we want to do some sort of first aid, and the thing is that bring the patient immediately to the doctor and he will take care of that. So for different animals, different first aid are there for the bite. First we are going to discuss about the dog bite. Dog bite. What are the first aid we want to do for the dog bite? It is very simple. First, want to wash the bitten part with soap and water to wash away germs. So the thing is very simple. When the dog bites, we want to wash the bitten part with soap and water. We want to wash with soap and water. Why we are washing? Because we want to wash away the germs from the bitten part. That is the thing we want to do first. We want to wash the bitten part with soap and water and wash away the germs. That is the first thing. The second thing is this: apply antiseptic cream. Apply antiseptic cream. Why we are applying antiseptic cream? To avoid infections. To avoid infections. That is, apply antiseptic cream on the affected region to avoid infections. If we are just leaving it further, what happens? There occurs some sort of infections. Infection means the attack of germs is what? Infection. So for avoiding that, we want to apply antiseptic cream. That is the second point. And the third thing is this: these all are what? First aid. That means we want to bring this victim to the doctor or the patient to the doctor. That is the third point. Take the victim to doctor immediately. Take the victim to doctor immediately. That means bring that patient immediately to doctor. And this doctor may give anti-rabies injection. Anti-rabies injection. So this is what? This is something like the medicine that may give anti-rabies injection. That means it is given to cancel the effect of the germs that is entered from the saliva of the dog. So we want to bring the victim to the doctor immediately and he may give anti-rabies injection. You want to remember this term, anti-rabies injection. So this is about the dog's bite. It's enough. And then the next is what? Snake bite. About the dog's bite, only 3 points are there. We want to wash the part with soap and water and to wash away the germs. Then apply antiseptic cream to avoid the infections and then bring the victim to the doctor and the doctor will give what? Anti-rabies injection. This is our only point. And next is snake bite. Snake bite. This snake bite means this is something more complicated and we want to take action very fast. Some of the snakes are less poisonous and some of the snakes are very highly poisonous. So we want to take action very fast. Otherwise, the person will die by spreading the poison in the body. How this poison is spreading in our body? The same thing as mentioned before. When the snake bites, the poison is getting injected on our body. And that poison is getting spread through our blood. And then it will at the whole body, and that poison will affect our heart. We know the blood is pumping through our heart, and so this poison will flow through our body and reach our heart, and that poison is affecting our heart, and then the person will die. So now we are going to discuss what is the first aid for this. The first thing is this, very important. Do not move. Do not move victim. Do not move victim. Do not move victim. So, poison do not spread the body. That means here it says that do not move victim. That means the snake bites and the person start running. What happens? The thing happens is that our blood circulation or our heartbeat is getting increased. That means the blood is moving very fast and it will spread very fast. So when the person move, what happens is that the spreading of the poison the rate will increase. For decreasing the rate, we want to do not allow the person to move. Do not allow the person to move or the victim to move. So, the spreading of poison will get decreased. That is the first thing. And the next thing is this. Apply a tight bandage. Apply a tight bandage just above the bite to stop the flow of blood to heart. This is the next point. That means apply a tight bandage. That means we want to tie one bandage just above the snake's bite. That means if the person is having a bite at the leg, what we want to do is we want to tie a bandage just above the affected region, tie K. When we tie it very tight, what happens then? The blood is unable to move from this region. It will move or it will flow, but it is have certain limit. Why we are doing this? We are doing this to control the spreading of poison through our body. That means apply a tight bandage just above the bite to stop the flow of blood to heart. When that poison reaches our heart, what happens? Our heart will fail. So, for avoiding this, we want to tie or we want to apply a tight bandage here, and then the blood will not flow to our heart. That is the second point. The next point is this. The same thing, we want to bring the person to doctor immediately. That is the third point. Take the victim. Take the victim to doctor. Take the victim to doctor immediately. Take the victim to doctor immediately. We want to take the victim to doctor very fast. That is what, take the victim to doctor immediately. And doctor may give anti-venom injection. Here, this doctor may give anti-venom injection. That means something that is against the poison. That is what that means. We want to cancel the effect of poison, or we want to reduce the effect of poison. For that, we want to inject certain type of substance, and that is what anti-venom injection, and that is given by doctor. For that we want to bring that person or the victim immediately to the doctor. That is the third point. And after that, in your textbook you can see one point like this. In any case, this is not actually about the snake bite or nothing. Generally for the poison effect. For that, one point is there. In case any kind of poison, any kind of poison is the enter in body. That means when any type of poison is entering in the body through mouth, what we want to do is we want to make vomit. The patient make vomit patient and bring the doctor immediately or call the doctor immediately. This is actually a general point that in any case, any type of poison is there in our body, make the patient vomit and then call the doctor immediately. So this is all about the first aid and our chapter. Actually our chapter is over here. It is safety and first aid. So today is very small things we discussed. So now I am giving to some works other. You want to complete the C, D and E. Some questions are there. After this class you want to do this C, D and E in the page number 95. And after completing this, I will give you the answer for this to check. So it's enough for today. We will meet in the next class with the next chapter. And you want to read your textbook 3-4 times, and we will meet in the next class with the next chapter. Thank you.